We had 3 clumps in the last dive, and the deepest clump was much better than the middle one, and the first one was not, there was nothing that we were looking for.
Sure, we can do that. Just want to see if we can locate it.
Yeah,
fairly,
understood.
I'm not too worried if we can't. It's here, and then we'll just go a little bit.
Okay, so sorry, Rennie, was it 295?
Right now it will be 270 from your current heading.
270.
Just kind of double checking the nav to see how good it is. Also depends on when you drop the target, because Hercules has a footprint of what? 2 by whatever. Yeah.
Okay, Randy, can you just take up a 270 heading?
Heading, roger.
It's only a couple meters in front of you, so
just try and keep Herc in the view there. That's all.
Roger.
I think I'm gonna kind of go under you anyway. You're gonna lose him.
yeah.
That's okay, Randy. Just go ahead, but finish up your gauges there.
Roger.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll find evidence in this with the turbid water.
Yeah.
The way it is.
Oh,
but I have it as
hold on, Mike. The wraps are increasing.
Other
direction.
Yeah, that's okay. Just hold there.
Hold here.
Yeah.
How do I do it?
Yeah, it's here somewhere. So if you want to go a little bit deeper.
Yeah, deeper is good. Deeper definitely than more shallow.
Yep, then you can just keep driving towards Argus, so get on the other side of it.
Randy, just spin. I'm going to take that turn out.
Sure.
What do we think? We're going over here.
Yeah, you'll be on the other side of...
Yeah.
We're just going a bit shallower than that site.
Roger.
Or sorry, deeper than that.
Okay, hold on. I got to take this out with him.
Yep.
Spinning into 75.
Yeah. Nice and slow. Try not to lead it by more than like your set point.
Oh.
Try to just bump it ahead by like less, 45 degrees or less.
45 degrees or less.
We both got to kind of do it at once, right?
Yeah, roger. What target heading would you like me at?
270.
270.
It's perfect. We can look around for those core holes while we're down here, but I don't think we're going to see them.
Yeah, it's fine, really. We just want to aim a little bit deeper.
Sure, can do.
Okay.
All right.
The daisy chain is terrible.
And on the Herc end?
Yeah. So you see I'm kind of under you now.
Roger.
You can kind of see, you should see maybe in the down cam. Yeah, I think I can see him there. It's so muggy, but.
So muddy, yeah.
Yeah, you can keep with that heading. Let's do something more like 230.
Roger. Just Randy, I don't think I've said this to you. So if we're pointed straight ahead, like ideally, like you have no turns right now,
Roger.
I should always have 0.5 one way or the other, because I have 0 when I'm facing away, right?
Yes. Copy that.
Okay, somewhere around here look good to you for the course, John? Or did you-
Sure, let's go just a little bit deeper. If
Okay.
we could.
I'm gonna go,
I don't care what heading.
yep. Just gonna get to the deeper. So that's around we'll go 210. A little bit, so maybe a 30-meter step, 210.
Roger.
And see how much deeper we get. Bridge nav.
Should I move to 10 as
Step
well, Mike?
30 meters, bearing 210. Thank you.
So yeah, that's right. So he's going to go 30 meters at 210. So you can take up like a 210 head. You don't have to just, it's hard to see right now.
Roger.
Usually you just try and follow Herc around.
Roger.
Do you have a depth that you'd like to get to?
No,
this?
we'll just take them when we get to this 30-meter. You know, at the end of that 30-meter leg.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, and we're going to take 4 of the push cores from the front porch.
Okay.
Leave 2 so that we might do at the clams when we find the clams. So the plan is just to take the 4 push cores, and then we want to do move. I believe it's called tow mode. Is that what they call it? Where you guys come up off the seafloor and we're moving down to the 490-meter site.
Sure, I'll take a look at how far that is.
Yeah, what is the distance? Yeah.
And
yeah, I think it's like a kilometer.
okay.
Anyway, and we just in the interest of time thought that was. I talked to Nicole and she said that was, well.
It is faster, however, it takes a bit of time to get up in the water column, to drive, and then to slow down, descend, and get to the bottom. So sometimes, depending on the distance, it's faster to just track along the bottom at the fastest we can go.
Okay.
So I will assess that.
Yeah, obviously time is,
right.
You know.
And get you there as fast as we can. Do you concur, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of right on the borderline.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but yes. We'll get there as fast as we can.
So, Joan, do you care if it's on that kind of 490? There's this feature here.
Yeah, we don't want to go up on the
okay.
landslide, or the slump, whatever you want to call it.
So I'll stay on the other side,
exactly.
well on the other side of it.
We would like to stay,
at the
yes, on the southeast, I suppose you would say.
Yeah, you're right. That's a kilometer. So let me.
And see, Randy, once we're on the move like this, like we can see, we have a 20-meter altitude here.
Roger.
That's good. Nothing in the sonar. Argus's sonar is at 20 meter per division rings there, 100-meter range. So if we had if we were in an area with like more features, hard features and stuff, you'd see how close you are to things. So you don't want to see, typically that's the minimum distance. You don't want to see anything in there. And this is about the minimum too. And it depends on weather and the bottom type. Like this is very flat. It's very flat, calm.
Yeah.
There was some reason to. We could come down a little lower because Argus is not really bouncing around very much, but those are kind of the standard operating procedures.
Yeah. I'm inclined to say that either way we swing it, it's going to take about an hour.
Okay, so why don't we just take the course now?
Sure.
And
it is complete.
And then let's go whichever way is your preferred method to get there as soon as we can.
Sure.
Roger. So I can just sit down and take the cores anyway?
Sure, yeah. This is not, it's obviously very aerated, but yeah. Now we want to avoid those vertical organisms, which I believe are sponges, but it could be something different. I don't know. So we don't really want any of those in the cores.
Okay.
It's not that big a deal, but I think there's enough space that you don't, and also, you know, avoid sea stars and ophiuroids and the big stuff. Everything's relative. Yeah, we want to avoid fish also.
There's a reasonable spot.
Sure.
So I'm just landing here, Randy. I'm going to take the push cores.
Sure.
Looks pretty good. All right.
So you'll notice this, obviously the site is more aerated, so the sediments are also clearly not as high in water content. So expect to have to push down much harder than you had to at the other site.
Right, okay.
And, you know, the longer the core, the better, but we don't need to get them all the way up to the top like we were aiming for before.
Okay, understood.
We did have a little bit of problem with some of them coming out, so you do want to push down a pretty good amount.
And Joan, it's the four from the, is it four from the front?
Any four from the front, yeah.
Okay. Are you happy there, Randy?
Happy so far. Everything's good.
Okay. Can you put us in the sample salvo?
Roger. Sample salvo.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Just can you go back to the dive one? Because we're just taking them off the front porch here. It's probably better. Where's the, yeah, bubble cam is there. Yeah, this is good.
Roger.
The current is almost straight at us, so.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Very good.
So would here be good?
Sure. Anywhere, like I say, avoid the big vertical sponges.
Okay.
And also try to avoid worm tubes. I mean, worm burrows.
Okay. Yeah, that's it, Randy. Thanks.
Yeah, keep going, keep going. A little more. Let's try that.
Okay, coming out.
Yeah, obviously more cohesive. Very
One.
nice. Yep, great.
Data, can I have a sample number here?
069.
069. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Did I get protect the expensive things?
Oh,
Take a little zoom there, Jeff, so they can see better in the back. Yeah, that's great. Okay here, Joan?
Yes. Yeah, keep going, keep going. A little more if you can. Sure, let's try this.
Okay. You put the porch light on, Rendy?
Roger. Porch light
Thank you.
on.
Very good.
Yep. Just gonna rack out the box a bit. A little zoom, Jeff. Okay. Okay here, Joan?
Yes. Keep going, keep going. Little more, little more. That's good.
Okay. Little zoom. And right here.
Sure. Yep, keep going a little bit. Short, that's good.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
You can see the angle and bubble.
Yeah.
Nice.
All righty.
All right, let's head down and go
Okay.
clam hunting, clam fishing.
Mike, are you comfortable with this environment going 0.7?
I think so, right? It's just flat, a little bit of slope.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll try it out.
Try it out.
Randy, porch light off, please.
Porch light off,
Off. Yeah.
turned off.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry, we're gonna be heading 208.
208.
It's about a kilometer.
Mike, would you like the tool tray in?
I got it in there, yeah, thank you.
And, just let me know when you're okay with that move.
Yeah, just a second here. We'll get
Roger
straightened up.
that.
So we're going to go 208
208.
for a long move, for a kilometer move, maybe.
Roger.
And so we're not going to do this toll thing, which we haven't talked about. We're not going to do that. So we're just going to be in this configuration. Hopefully you can see something there. You should see Herc and the tether out in front of you. And we're just going to try it at 0.7 knots. And if I can't make it up, we'll see him falling back. And then, but it's mostly, it's just all Rennie, and we'll just try and stay in our normal orientation here.
All right.
Yeah, Rennie, you're good to go.
Okay. Bridge nav. We'd like to track a line, speed 0.7 knots, bearing 208. Thank you. A little bit of current, but I think you should be able to make 0.7. I think the ship should be able to do it at this heading. Otherwise, we'll move heading a bit.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks, Randy.
No problem.
And we'll just be watching our depth till we get down to 490.
Roger.
Roger.
Randy, can we change that flush camera to the port rail?
Roger. Turning off firebox, turning on port rail.
Okay, sorry. This one too, starboard rail, sorry. But that's right, keep the port rail one up.
Roger. Off bucket, turning on starboard rail.
So it doesn't really, it's not a big deal down here. There's like literally nothing around us for us to worry about. But if we keep those tooling cameras on, it gives us a view of the sides.
Yeah, 360 view.
Yeah, when we're moving around, right?
Yeah, that's good. And I have a question for Rennie.
Yes.
So the sonar head on the left, I'm assuming that's Argus.
It's, yeah, it wasn't at launch, but now it is.
Roger.
Yeah. Standard, that's Argus. So between, yeah, so you have every indication here, like from the dive plan, we have the bit of Batty there. I don't know if you can see his screen, but it's pretty flat. Nothing on the sonars.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I was just looking at those targets there, and I'm assuming that's Herc.
Oh, that might just be noise.
But I just,
Sometimes if you get something like that, you just watch and see how it repeats. And it just takes a little bit of getting used to it. Sometimes it's like a little hard block.
Yeah.
And it's just noise from the other things that are chirping down there.
Yeah, it's just too perfect.
Yeah. Current ship speed is 0.6.
Roger. So it'll be a while at this. We'll go like this for, it might take about an hour.
Oh.
It's really hard for us to see.
Yeah.
If I'm getting dragged behind or not. We're mostly going to rely on the nav, which is really solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep looking in that down camera and the forward camera.
Roger.
Especially hard to see with all these stringies of on both things too. It's like all these tethers are going by. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we just wouldn't be able to do something like this. And towards the end of last year, we were in some heavily fished waters, and there was so much gear. I mean, we got tangled up a couple of times. So you can't really do a maneuver like this there.
Where was that?
It was off of, let's see, it was the south side of one of the Channel Islands. I'm just trying to remember which one.
Santa Rosa.
Yeah, I think it was Santa Rosa.
Yeah, you know, on the times I've been up here, sometimes we would try to get out of the wind, and the crew on the Sproul, they would have their fishing gear, and they'd be very happy if we had to go down to the south of Santa Rosa.
Yeah, there's so much gear. We got caught up in one, and we were tangled up so bad that we had to recover the vehicles tangled up.
Wow.
And then cut it once we got the vehicles on deck, we had to cut it. It's not what you want.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, ideally we try to cut it subsea with the knives, but it was hung up on Argus's, on the actual main, metal cable.
Oh,
so
gosh.
it was arced up in the water column.
So it was a net, or it was
a single line, so I think it was a weight on the bottom and a float, and it was just like over in an arc enough that we just you couldn't see it. I mean, we just ran right under it, and
wow.
We only knew we were tangled up because we were getting snagged and spun around and stuff, and we figured it out. So for a longer distance, we can consider tow mode as better,
so
but we're
going down slope a bit.
Yeah.
We have to get all set up.
I'm trying to maintain
backwards.
On the bottom, so it's increasing the delta. So just keep an eye on
get
it.
Up
just
off
pay
the
out
floor.
a few meters now. Keep it at between 15 and 17 or something like that.
So this ends up being faster than all that whole procedure of getting in the recovery, heading and all that, and driving, and then settling back down.
Yeah, if you see, Joan, like when we first get to the bottom, all that kind of rigmarole where we have to get Herc on it. We have to do all that again, right?
I was just, Nicole had mentioned that, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with a 1 kilometer, you're starting to get into the margin of, same.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I just had to get a couple of cores from that site, so.
That's right.
Anyway.
That's not a big
But we're going to find clams. We're going to find tons of them. And they're going to be easy. They're going to jump into the bio box by themselves. They say, we want to go to Harvard with Brooke.
Another Another benefit of this is we can actually see the bottom the whole time rather than being up in the water
Well,
column.
that is true. That is true.
See anything on the way, we'll know.
They're going to hold up little flags.
Yeah, this way. More clams. Yeah, we have our current target time from Hercules is 40 minutes.
Okay, that's
And that should be the
better than an hour.
490 contour. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so hopefully we're going to lose a lot of these, what I was calling sponges, and as we are getting down deeper towards the basin.
Was
So
the target depth was a 490
yeah, well,
or 510 max? Yeah.
well, they're in this band that
Right.
is kind of between, I thought we could start at 490, but the most recent noted sighting was at what depth?
It was 495.
495.
Yeah. So I figure start really looking at 490.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll look obviously approaching that also, but I'm thinking they'll be 490 or deeper.
Okay.
That site that we were at earlier today, the 4Ms that have really high abundances there's one species in particular. It wasn't at the site at the depth that I was expecting. It was 20 meters deeper. So I don't know if that means anything about where these clams will be. But anyway.
You're dragging Argus around. I don't know if you're meant to do that or.
Oh, yeah.
The ocean is not a static
Thank you.
place.
No.
So this is another thing too.
They are
If
deeper. Maybe
Herc
that can
goes
help
too
you
far ahead, like I just
understand
did,
why your
it starts to turn
4Ms
you
are deeper
around.
Yeah.
as well.
Your heading's
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
back now, but I had pulled you all around like 180.
Yeah.
So that's really annoying for Argus pilots. And you have trying to do something and the Herc keeps driving away too far.
It's much easier to note that when we have clearer waters and when we have the main HD
Yes.
Yeah.
rather than the security camera.
Security from the 80s.
Tethers.
So you can see there a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly, that's how we caught the suspect.
There we go. Back at it now.
Could you repeat that again, Mike? How did you find out you're dragging?
I watched your compass spin 180 around,
Oh,
despite the fact that it's an auto
It's an
heading. I'm just
auto-heading.
pulling it, right?
yeah.
Or Rennie did. I didn't. Rennie told me. Yeah, I mean, in general, you know, obviously the less clear it is, it's just more on instruments, which you know, really is great. But I guess, you know, when it's just that we're kind of trained monkeys a little bit looking at the monitors all the time, right? And if it gets cloudy and stuff, they're not that useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Randy, if we were in some more treacherous terrain, first of all, we wouldn't be going this fast, but you and I would be staring a lot more at that Argus Mezzo. So it's looking out pretty far, and we're just seeing out ahead to make sure there's no walls coming up or anything to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, always looking at that. If it was hard stuff, we'd carry on, and then you'd be up on the winch and down on the winch, and up on the winch, and we'd just ride over it all, right?
Copy that. What is the total range on that, Rennie, for the
Right now, the The divisions for Argus are set to 20 meters, so every ring is 20 meters. And
Roger.
those are always vehicle north, so the top of the screen is Argus's heading.
Oh,
It's not
Roger.
corrected to compass, so same
Roger.
with Hercules. Top is always forward facing.
Top is forward. Oh yeah, my delta depth is around 19. Should I pay in more?
Pay out, yeah, pay out a
Pay
few
out.
meters, yeah.
Sorry, pay out. Right, Mike, can I check gauges?
Yes,
Herc?
please.
Gauges for Herc. Not bad.
So this offset from USBL and DVL, I'm thinking has to do with the fact that we've never been able to before because TrackLink wasn't that good, but the USBL position and the DVL on the vehicle need to be referenced to a central point.
Yeah. Look
And
how good the USBL is. That's crazy.
yeah, and so you notice when we started this, we were the same distance apart. So
Yeah.
I don't think that the DVL's drifted at all. I think it's just that they're not referenced to a good center.
Yeah.
So we like must have changed heading somewhere in there, and then that
Right.
separated them.
Yeah.
So K2 and I are going to sort that out. He wants it for his stuff too, anyway. Yeah, I was really happy with the calibration and the system setup. It's like, it's bang on now.
That's brilliant.
No donuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's that good. Like, I'm usually not so much here, but just wherever I'm ROVing, I'm usually crying out for like some, INS DVL solution because there's usually a rental gear and it's not
Right.
dialed in and stuff like that. But you can see there, it's like, okay, well, you don't always need that.
Yeah. If you have all the offsets right, I mean,
Yeah.
it was as good as it gets.
Like down to what resolution?
I had that 50% of the fixes were within 0.16% of water depth.
Wow.
And 98% of the fixes were within 0.6% of water depth.
Wow.
So in these depths, that's like sub-meter. And we also, with our Fugro GPS and position enhancer, we have our ship's GPS position at a decimeter level.
Yeah, that's what
So pair those things together and you've got really great subsea positioning.
Took forever to get it to work.
Dodges are great, Mike. Min comp from the start at 50 meters was 7. Now we're at 5. And for the reservoir at 50 meters, we're 13. Now we're at 7.8.
Okay.
Reasonable?
Yep. Yeah, you expect to see it get squeezed a bit.
Right. Okay, Mike, paying out a little.
Roger. Oh, there he is.
Is that current, Mike, or are you dragging? Not
Oh,
dragging, but...
right there.
Oh,
Just turn to get back in the center of your frame there.
I see.
Yeah, just watching those heading changes, totally, like the
Yeah.
DVL
Oh, yeah, it went right back together.
went back together in
Yeah.
a way. So I think K2 and I, when we sort that, it's gonna be great.
Thing of beauty, you can do program missions from the USBL.
Yeah.
Station keeping.
Honestly, if it wasn't the way this is, if it wasn't for occasional outlier, you could do auto XY on this USBL.
Yeah, the way it is there now, yeah.
Yeah. It's also filtered within Solardyne. The raw is almost just as good. I was looking, but the filtered helps smooth it a bit.
Yeah.
Kalman filter.
Yeah, so if Herc is too far port or starboard of Argus, you can crab over, but it takes forever, and you're kind of walking sideways. Like, you wouldn't walk around like that, right? So oftentimes it's just turn and turn again to go back, because it doesn't have very much power going sideways. It's mostly forward and backward.
Okay, we're just about at 475 meters depth. Still descending.
Yeah, it's nice. We're going pretty fast. That's good.
Yeah. That was a weird looking fish.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Yeah. Somebody else can clean that up.
It's a pretty cool graph that they put on Grafana there with the Herc and Argus depth.
The what?
Herc and Argus depth there. You see Argus step down every time.
Yeah.
I think that must have been put in last year. It's useful. So Rendy, you can see that in this depth water, you see how Argus is kind of back a little bit from where it normally sits. It normally sits where Hercules is here, but it's a bit there. Yeah, we're just dragging it, so it's like the layback. And then eventually when we stop, it'll, pendulum forward. This is in 400 some meters of water. If we're in 3,000 meters of water, that can be like, Argus can be like 400 meters away from the ship. So yeah, we were dragging for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a serious consideration for like when we stop the ship and what's ahead of us, and it's gonna swing back.
Yeah. So you don't want to be going too fast when you expect to do anything scientific.
I see.
If they're gonna say, oh, let's sample that, then you'd have to say, okay, we have to stop. Now we got to backtrack and find where we were. So it's a compromise of speed and seeing a lot and being able to stop and sample stuff. So usually that takes a little bit of a dance.
Gotcha. Laying out again, Mike.
Roger.
I like this dash with the numbers in the graph.
What's that?
I like this dashboard here. The
Yep.
delta depth just like turns on red, I guess, once you're in a certain range.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
We still have porch light on?
Oh.
Nope.
Oh man, it's just that bad, huh?
Yeah.
Mike, the
Yeah.
rest now is now at 7.5-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was 7.8, like 10 minutes ago.
7.8 to 7.5. Keep an eye on it. That could just be like the load I'm putting on the pump. Like if I let go of that, no,
Oh.
didn't make a difference. Could have been something we were running. If we're just in this straight line,
Yeah.
it might be fluctuating a bit, but that's good, Randy. Just keep an eye on it.
Roger.
Maybe, you know, if you're writing down your gauges like formally every hour, that's fine. But if you're seeing some change, you can always flip the camera over and look at it all the time. You can look at it every 10 minutes if you want, right?
Sure. Yeah.
You don't have.
It's a good idea.
It's kind of cool, this whole landslide thing that we were looking at feature. I remember mapping that a few years back because it was recent, I think.
Oh, nice.
Here, if I zoom out a bunch, you can kind of see
yeah.
the whole, where it fell off here, there, and slumped down.
Ah.
And we're just on the edge of it.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
What speeds have we been making? 15 meters up? Something like that. Be it.
We might actually be losing oil.
You're seeing something, Mike?
No, it's just falling.
Dropping, eh?
It looked like it went down another hair. That's actually a lot of volume. It's not a big, even if that's leaking, I think we would finish the dive on it.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's keep an eye on it for a while.
Roger. Yeah, it is dropping. Look at that.
Well, it will fluctuate.
Oh,
So you don't need to watch it like that, but like that does appear to be going down. And if you had it at 7.5, that's significant drop. Remember what I was telling you earlier though, the amount of oil between 7.5 PSI and 5 is not very much.
not very much.
And it's
Yeah.
a lot of oil between 5 and 2.5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm actually not seeing that reflected on my level sensor though. Losing
Yeah.
pressure there, but I'm seeing 50 to 60 ever since Randy brought that up.
What's that sensor?
It's a level, like the height of the comp.
The height of the comp, okay.
Yeah.
I would believe now that there's a little bit of a drift
Yeah.
over this distance, and because now, I mean, now we've never been able to dial in the offset, the DVL angular offset as well as we will be able to.
And the other thing with this stuff, Randy, it's like excellent to catch it like that. Then the next thing that the problem it causes is you have to be careful not to fixate too much on it, right? Because there's still everything else going on.
Yeah.
Too. So you're right to keep it up there. We'll monitor it, but it's not a showstopper right now.
Yeah.
And it might be nothing, right? It's just that it's fluctuating a little bit, so we'll watch it. So.
All right, roger that. Yeah, I guess once we start sampling, we'll just move it to a different view.
Yeah.
This security camera.